Pilates or not, I recommend starting with this section, the Pilates key elements. We're going to review the basic underlying principles to the Pilates method to ensure that you get the most out of all of your Pilates practice. Let's talk about centering now. In Pilates, centering refers to activating your deep abdominal, pelvic floor and lower back muscles. There are two ways of activating your center. Let's start by learning centering by focusing on your deep abdominal muscles. Making sure that we're still in the neutral spine position. Imagine a thick belt running around the lower tummy. Now Sophie, I'd like you to feel these muscles, so place your fingertips onto the front bony parts of the pelvis. Slide your fingertips in and down an inch. Take a breath in to prepare. Breathe all the way out, and then think of gently and slowly drawing your lower tummy away from the imaginary belt. Hold that and keep breathing. Now you're aiming to feel a very slow, gentle drawing away of the muscles from underneath your fingers. If you feel the muscles suddenly bulge, then it's an indication that you're working too hard. So let's relax and try once more. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out all the way. Now slowly and gently draw the lower tummy away from the imaginary belt. Well done, Sophie. Hold that for another breath in. Keeping a neutral spine, relax your breath and your tummy. If you found that difficult, there is another way that we can activate your center, and that's by focusing on the pelvic floor muscles. So perhaps visualize a sling of muscle running from your pubic bone to your tailbone. Keep your fingers on your lower tummy because hopefully you will feel these muscles working also. So if you visualize the pelvic muscle floor, breathe in to prepare, breathe out all the way, and now slowly and gently imagining drawing that pelvic floor sling gently upwards. Again, you should aim to feel a very slow and gentle drawing away of the abdominal muscles under your fingers. So Sophie, hold that for another breath in, breathe all the way out and relax the pelvic floor. So now it's up to you. Pick the cue that works best for you to set your center. Breathing is a very important part of the Pilates method. At APPI, we encourage you to focus on taking a full, deep breath into the sides and back of your ribcage whilst keeping your shoulders relaxed. To practice that now, Sophie, I'd like you to place your hands flat across the lower half of your ribcage. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, take a breath in wide and breathe out. Now remember, we're aiming to fill up right through to the bottom of our rib cage. As you breathe in, you may feel your fingertips draw apart, and as you breathe out, your fingertips relax back towards one another. Practice this again a few more times. This is an important way of breathing also to ensure that we can keep our center set throughout breathing, without letting our tummy hop up and down with breathing. Remember to keep the shoulders relaxed. Good work, Sophie. The next key element to talk about is rib cage placement. Ideally, your rib cage should be placed directly above your pelvis. However, with poor habits or tight muscles, it's very easy to flare the rib cage forwards, especially with arm movements. To train greater awareness of this key element, start in line. Relax your arms down beside your body and engage your center. Visualize now the back of your rib cage relaxing nice and wide and deep into the mat underneath you. Picturing right down to the bottom rib melting wide into the mat. Your challenge now is to maintain that rib cage placement with some arm movements. So Sophie, set your center, and begin by lifting your hands above your shoulders. Keeping the rib cage down, slowly lower your arms overhead and lift your hands above your shoulders. Continue there for me, aiming for a sense of softening through the front of the rib cage to avoid any flaring of the rib cage. So now Sophie will finish by demonstrating one more correct movement, keeping the rib cage soft and well aligned. And now relax your arms back to the mat. Shoulder blade placement is very important, especially nowadays where our current lifestyles tend to see us adopting poor postures where we slouch our upper body and round our shoulder blades forwards. It's easiest to start becoming more aware of your shoulder blade placement in an upright sitting position. Sophie's now going to slide her shoulder blades up towards her ears and down towards her waist. Let's repeat this a few more times just to become aware of the movements and positions around our shoulder blades. And down. Now this time, Sophie, I'd like you to draw your shoulder blades up towards your ears, and now just relax them comfortably down towards the waist without any sense of pulling. This is a great position of the shoulder blade. We can also help by visualizing the collarbones widening. In this posture, Sophie is using the key stabilizing muscles of her shoulder blade to provide a great stable base for all her arm movements. So now, Sophie, I'm going to get you to do a few arm movements demonstrating a stable shoulder blade position. So keeping your shoulder blade drawing gently downwards, the collarbone wide, I'd like you to reach upwards through the arm. Wonderful, and lower down with control. This is a really efficient way of moving. You can see that the shoulder blade is remaining a stable base, which allows the arm to move freely. I'm going to ask Sophie now to demonstrate an incorrect movement where you can see the shoulder blade hitches, which creates a lot of tension around the muscles at the top of the shoulder and neck. Let's finish with one correct movement, maintaining a stable shoulder blade. The final key element is head and neck placement. Due to current lifestyles, we tend to adopt a forward slouched posture which pokes the chin forward. This can create a lot of tension in the muscles at the back of the neck and occasionally headaches. So to avoid this and align the head and neck in a better position, think of an imaginary string on the crown of the head, and I'd like you to, Sophie, lengthen up through the crown of the head, which will elongate the spine from the tailbone right to the top of the head, gently nodding the chin to chest to achieve our ideal head and neck placement.